Hi, Madhavi.
Hi, Esha.
How are you doing?
Good. Second wave of pandemic. So I'm
Oh,
in the farm.
completely.
Yeah.
Completely.
I'm
Looks
in
like
the
it's looking
farm.
nice.
Actually, I'm doing up and down every day to Ananya. Ananya is open. So I'm going in the morning and
Mhm.
coming back in the evening. Yeah.
That's great. That's actually great, making so much of effort.
Yeah.
Actually, I wanted to ask you something again because of this second wave of COVID and pandemic and a lockdown. Everybody is talking about a lockdown, staying back at home, which I completely understand and endorse. But coming from a developmental point of view, and especially we talked about special needs also in the last segment, the development of a child does not stop with
Yeah.
a lockdown. I mean, if you stay back at home and lock yourself at home also, but the child is going to develop or not develop, right? The delay is going to happen, the gap is going to happen with
Yeah.
each and every day. I mean, what do you think as a mother of a special need child and as a owner of a child development center? What do you say? How do you address this?
See, yeah, you're absolutely right. The child development is not going to stop. Last year during the pandemic, there was a lockdown. We had to close down Ananya for 2 months. And even though we, gathered our courage and started the center by May 18th, a lot of parents chose not to come till about 6 months. They were all at home. Some switched to online mode, some didn't switch. So those children who did not switch to online mode, who were sitting at home with their parents, or they relocated to their hometowns, all those kids who did not get any help or therapy, I saw a huge increase in their scores, autism scores, or huge regression in their development. And the parents also saw that, and they immediately relocated to Hyderabad, or they started therapy again. They said, ma'am, in 6 months we went back by 1.5 years. So it's a really sorry state of affairs for children with special needs, because they need therapy, they need professional guidance, they need to come to centers for therapy, but for various reasons parents don't are not able to bring children. Either they're scared of the situation outside, because they're little children, or they have to relocate to other states or other cities where they are from, or hometowns, because some of them have lost jobs, some of them have gotten into financial problems, or some family members got affected by corona. Various reasons. Actually, this pandemic has caused so much upset and so much turmoil in people's lives. So whatever is the reason, the child, as you said, doesn't stop developing. The child needs therapy, the child needs help, because the child has special needs. It could be ASD, it could be ADHD, could be ID, could be anything, GDD, whatever it is. The child's therapy needs to continue. I request and I urge to all the parents that they shouldn't stop therapy for children. At least they should start online therapy. I know it's very hard for mothers to make children in front of a computer and make them do activities under the guidance of a therapist, because sometimes children don't listen to parents. Children take a lot of liberty from parents and they don't want to listen to them, or it's we see lots of things happening in front of us on Zoom sessions that we do. The child is running, the mom is running after the child, there's a lot of noise in the house, in the background. It doesn't give an environment for the child to sit and concentrate on the activities. There's too much happening around the child at home. With all that said, I think doing therapy online is better than not doing therapy at all, and
At
not
all,
helping
yes.
the child. Like, just stop everything and just let this pandemic be over. By the news, by the reports, and by the research that's coming out, it could last up to 10 years. So are we not going to do therapy for 10 years for our children? They'll become like teenagers, some of them will become adults. I mean, we just can't stop therapy. We can't stop helping children in the name of the pandemic. We need to help them in whatever way possible. If you can't come to the center, then immediately switch to online mode. Start helping children, and don't just do something ad hoc. I see a lot of parents, I'm in a lot of WhatsApp groups, parents are doing some ad hoc things. There's no structure, there is no method in which they are working with the child. If you're working with a professional center which has some kind of a method, and they're taking the child from one level to another level, you can see the child improving. But if you don't do that, if you're ad hocly doing, okay, I will do this today, I will do something tomorrow, it is not engaging the child. Therapy is not just engaging the child. Therapy means that you are taking the child from one level to the next level, and then from that level to the next level. There is progress. And then if you do a clinical assessment or a psychometric assessment, you should be able to see improvement in the child's abilities and scores, you know. So if that is not happening, you cannot call it improvement, you know, because they have a neurological disorder or a condition which needs help. So engaging a child just like that, like, you know, if you have a typically developing, even they're doing online schools. They're not sitting just at home and watching TV or just doing time pass. I know you have a nephew who is 6 years old. I know how much you it's like you are going to school again with your nephew. It's
completely. I'm having my summer holidays right now, by the way.
Yes, I know. Yesterday you told me, Madhavi, tomorrow onwards my summer holidays are going to start because my nephew's school is closed. So when we are doing this for a child who's typically developing, imagine how much we have to do. I know how seriously you take. You say, Madhavi, I'm not reachable from 11 to whatever time because my online classes are starting. You know? Imagine, like, you are just putting your life on hold and sitting with the 6-year-old and getting him through the sessions. I think imagine I know Rudra has absolutely no challenges or difficulties. He's a typically developing boy. Imagine a child with special needs, how much more seriously parents have to take this online sessions, how much time they have to spend with the child online. I know it's not easy. Is it really fun for you, Esha, to sit with your nephew for 3 hours and do kindergarten activities?
Oh, not at all, Madhavi. Thank God you said that. This time it takes a lot of effort for me not to answer the questions myself and solve his questions.
Yes.
And make him do it.
Yes, and he's running away from the table. You are chasing him and bringing him back to the laptop so that he sits with you. So it takes effort. It's not easy, but why are you doing all this? You're doing because you know that you just can't make him sit idle at home. Because if you leave a 6-year-old to sit idle, he'll either ask for a phone or ask for a TV or some such screen time, or generally idling away. Yeah.
If I leave the teaching at this time and I don't make him sit in the online class or not make him learn, he is going to forget everything.
Yeah.
He is not going to learn. He is just simply going to forget everything, and the delay would happen. Automatically, the delay would happen. So it happens in a typically developed child also.
Yes.
If we stop engaging the child or making him or her learn, so the delay is going to happen in the development completely. So yes, you're right. Coming back to a special needs child, please.
Yeah, the delay will happen. Of course, there was some lag in the video, but I could hear your points. I know even if with a typically developing child, you will see there is a delay in progress. And also for a child with special needs, there will be delay in progress according to the condition that the child has. So I feel that parents should take this extremely seriously and switch to online mode and start supporting the child under the guidance of a specialist or a center or whoever it is. They should continue to do that. That's why, you know, even at Ananya, the moment last year's lockdown started, we have started online sessions, and a lot of parents from more than the parents from Hyderabad who were coming to our center, we have a lot of parents from across the world who were parents in Ananya before they moved to other countries, and they suddenly saw us online and they said, oh, can we start therapy with you online? Because in the country in which they are residing, either therapy is expensive or not accessible, or, you know, they don't get appointments with the therapist. So we have started lots and lots of online sessions with parents from other countries. So yes, so I suggest that find whoever you want and start online therapy. Whoever you can work with, find them, start online therapy. Don't waste your time, because months and months of no therapy will take the child back by almost a year. 2-3 months is like almost a year setback, because the child will forget everything that they were learning. then you're starting from
Hmm.
scratch. So that's what I wanted to say. Let's just start online therapy for children till this pandemic thing is over. And the moment the numbers are falling, you can always go back to the centers if you're not comfortable. Yeah.
Completely. Something that comes to my mind a lot, and the question is generally asked also. So in online therapy, when they come to a therapy center, we have certain set of equipment, certain particular toys that we use in that kind of a therapy. So
Yeah.
that is not possible at home, right? So,
Yeah.
but for example, in my sessions also, in my CBT also, I tell that whatever is available, just work do with that rather than cribbing and complaining that we don't have certain kind of an equipment. Does that also work in therapy?
Yeah. I'll miss the last bit again. There's a little bit of disturbance. You said that in your CBT, what happens?
Right. In CPT sessions, for example, a lot of times when we are talking to the parents or in the sessions, we say that whatever we have at this moment of time, let's make do with that.
Yeah.
Right. Rather than concentrating on what we can't do, let's try and concentrate on what we can do.
Yeah.
So, but in child therapy, in child centers, because of the toys, because of the equipments are not available at home.
Yeah.
So, do you face such problem as a
Yes,
specialist?
we do. We do face, and we tell the same to parents. Let's make do with what's there at home. So what we do is at Ananya, we make a weekly plan and send it off to the parents on Monday itself. Sometimes we send it on Saturday itself, so that from Monday onwards, we're looking at the activities. We also write what materials we need from home. We don't ask them to get something that's not there at home. So we tell them collect this, bring these activities. Most of the items that we ask for are usually available in any home. So we ask them bring those things to the table and keep it ready, so that when we say do this, you can do this with the child. So we are also coming up with innovative methods of doing therapy without using any therapy materials like which are used by professionals, because we know that moms at home don't have access to those materials. So we have to, or we tell them send pictures of all the toys that your child has. Then we will do our activities with those toys. So moms are sending pictures of all the toys to us, or some other items that we want to say, do you have this? Look around your house. Do you have something like this, which I want to use it for this? So they're sending us pictures and they're saying, yeah, this will do. Yeah, let's do with this. So we don't want to do that during the therapy. So moms are doing this a day before so that they are prepared for the next day therapy. So they get 1 week's plan in advance. So there are no surprises, because especially when a child has ASD, they don't like sudden things, sudden transitions. So we want to be prepared for the session beforehand. Yeah. We're doing that. Yes.
That makes complete sense, right? I mean, it is economical also, rather than asking the parents to buy a certain kind of a toy, just using the things that is at home also. But I do want to stress this fact that you as a specialist you'll make the activities according to the toys available. But as you rightly said, without a professional or without a specialist, this can't be done. So they are just not random activities that can be done.
No. So suddenly I get requests like, ma'am, I want speech activities for my child. I don't know your child's speech level. I can't advise you speech activities unless until the child has been coming to our center. We have the reports of the child, then we can. So randomly, ma'am, I suggest some activities where I can improve my child's conversation. Is your child at a level where we can teach conversation first? At what level is your child? Is he ready for learning conversation? Or fine motor, gross motor, vestibular, like random requests. It's very hard to advise because we don't know the current level of the child for us to advise anything like that. We can just send a list, like from internet, you can download some list and send. But sometimes I feel it's unfair because if the child is not ready for the list, the activities which are in the list, the child cannot perform those activities. The child needs to be understood. The child's level needs to be understood. And based on the level of the child, then you design a therapy plan, and then the plan is implemented. That's how it should be done. I also don't like one size fits all approaches that people are advising on the internet, where there is a group session going on, some dance thing going on, some jumping going on, some physical activities going on. A lot of time our children find it very hard to do motor imitation. Motor imitation is very hard for them. Copying, mirroring the activity is also difficult. On a small screen, somebody is doing, okay, let's do star jumps, let's jump 5 times, and the child is not able to comprehend, So I don't think those kind of activities really will add any value to the child's level or the child's abilities. I think the child needs to be, every child needs to get a bespoke therapy plan, and that needs to be implemented. Otherwise, all those are ad hoc things. It's like ad hoc. There's no method in which it is done. It is just, I've engaged this child for 3 hours today. But it doesn't lead to any concrete results. That's my fear. And in the process, the time still gets wasted, Esha. The time still, that is one thing that they can't get it back. No matter how much money we have, no matter how much power we have, one thing that we can't buy back is time. We can't say, okay, I'm going to rewind 5 years and I'm going to redo everything again the way it helps a child. No, the time lost is time lost, So I think parents have to value that time that the child is going to lose, and then think about the decisions that they are making about all these things, because these are significantly, these decisions are going to significantly impact child's future. This cannot be ignored. It's seriously important stuff,
You're quite right. I was just having a conversation with a friend of mine, and on a lighter note, I know you just passed your birthday also. I wish that I would have to make the same day, same age in this year's birthday also. I can just delete the last year completely. I wish, but in children also we can't do that. So yes, you're right. Time is precious and it keeps on moving on. Pandemic or no pandemic, lockdown or no lockdown, same as development. Yes.
And also it's like, if your child has a disease, some disease that is going to cause pain to them, that is going to hurt them. If there is a pandemic, are you not going to go to the doctor to reduce the pain for the child?
Oh, of course.
You will rush to the doctor. You are going to get help for the child. Then if the child has a neurological disorder, you can't see your child's pain. The child is struggling with a neurological disorder, with no speech, no communication, with sensory issues, all the struggle that the child is going through, those are going to remain, Esha. Those are not going to go away. Those are silent. The child is you can't see the child in pain. There is no bleeding. There is no hurt that the child is going through, but the child is struggling. So I think that is important. That acknowledging that even though there is no physical pain, the child is still struggling. That acknowledgement has to happen, and then respect the child and then do what the child needs rather than not do it, So I feel really bad when I see some of these children not coming to Ananya, not doing online therapy. I know that after a couple of months, it's going to be 6 to 8 months back. In some cases, 1 year back, they're going to go back. And the children are growing older by the day. 8 years, 9-year-old children, if they don't come for therapy for 6 months, it's like going back 2 years, Already so many behavior difficulties the children are facing. My heart goes out to those children. But what can we do? There's nothing. It's the parents who have to make the decision. We can only tell them. We can only take the horse to water. We can't make it drink, So it's very hard, actually. You feel bad because we have gone through the journey as parents. I am a parent of a special child. I know how hard it is to bring a child back to a level and then go back and then again go forward. It's very hard, Therapy is not easy. We have to put children through therapy. It's not some pleasant experience every day going and sitting in front of a speech therapist doing activities. Not a pleasant experience, I would say, It's hard for them. then you put in so much of hard work, you put in hard work, your child puts in hard work, and then you go back 1 year. Then you have to do it all over again. That is what is going to cause a lot more difficulties for. I was talking about burnout, no, of children. In my last video, I was talking about burnout. They will burn out very fast because you're doing this again and again and again and again. They have to do same worksheets again, same exercises again. That is going to burn them out, you know. That's hard for them. Yeah.
One last question, actually. I mean, though it's very.
Your voice isn't clear, Esha. Your voice isn't audible. Yeah.
Is it better?
Yeah, it's better.
Okay. So, no, just the last question, Madhavi. A lot of parents, when they are talking about online therapy, they are wondering if it is one-to-one session or if it is in a group session. How does it work?
In Ananya, we do only one-to-one session, Esha. We don't do group sessions. Online, we do only one-to-one sessions. It's very hard to do group sessions. It's very hard to do group sessions because a lot of children are not at the same level of understanding. For us to do a group session here, I mean, in person at Ananya itself, it's quite hard. Like to find 2-3 children of same level is hard for us. Online, it's even harder. So we just don't do online group sessions. We do only one-to-one sessions. Yeah.
That's good. That's right, Madhavi. Thank you so much for this. I hope parents understand the importance of getting in online therapy, at least doing something with their child, engaging their child in a meaningful manner.
Yeah.
Because you rightly said it, and reinforcing that fact that time is not going to stop, development is not going to stop.
Yes, absolutely. Agree with you.
Okay, then. See you soon then.
See you.